Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you the simulation about population size. So if you're in the 7th grade page on CANLEAD, if you click on direct link to simulation, it takes you to a page that looks just like this. And it's about natural selection. And of course you want to run now like we usually do. And generally there's some teaching ideas for every simulation, but here are the teaching ideas for this one. And also some translated versions if you need it. So again, if you click run now, it's going to ask you if you want to open up Java and you want to keep that file if you're on Chrome, and it'll open it up for you, and it'll look something like this. And so, there are many ways to teach this topic, and with the simulation, and I'm just going to show you the parameters just so you don't miss out on something. So the way you start it is that you have a single white bunny, or a single bunny with white fur. And really what you want to do is if you hit play down here, it's going to the bunny's going to hop along until the next generation comes along. And the time until the next generation is denoted by the bar down here. There's a line graph that shows you population versus time. There's also a pedigree chart. So if you click on any bunny, this is kind of like the mother bunny or whatever. It'll tell you the pedigree. So the bunny died because it had no one with whom to populate. So if you add a friend, now you have two bunnies, and these bunnies will undoubtedly create some more bunnies, right? And you can see that generation is going faster and faster because they're reproducing. And you can add mutations for these bunnies, or you can add selection factors, or you can change the environment. So, and that's going to affect the population of the bunny. And if you wait too long to do anything, the bunnies will eventually take over the world. And so, I'm not going to let that happen, I don't think. But you can see the bunnies are populating. My computer's slowing down little by little. And let's say that I want to add wolves now. And so the wolves are going to come along, and they're going to pick off some of the bunnies. And in order to see this drop, I'm going to zoom out of the population graph a little bit, and it's going to show me that giant drop there. I don't know if you saw it in the population. I'm going to point it out right there. So as time goes along, they're going to continue to repopulate, but the wolves are going to keep coming back and forth, back and forth. And so let's say I don't want any wolves there, and I want my bunnies to have brown fur. So there's a mutation coming, and now we have to figure out how does this mutation affect the population. You can also give them, and I can also make this brown fur now recessive, and I can go back to white. I can have them have long tails and make the long tails dominant. And how does that change the population of anything? And you can see that as I add, oh my, I'm going to have some wolves here to take this down just so we can keep explaining. As I add more and more stuff, there are different lines coming up in the graph that show the population of these different white fur, brown fur, short tail, long tail bunnies. I'm going to add some teeth too. That's another mutation I'm going to have. So how does that affect anything? Well, if I have food, okay, I know that my uh, bunnies with long teeth will be more adapted to eat the food, and you can see that happens because the bunnies with short teeth will reduce in population, and the bunnies with long teeth will continue to remain the dominant population. But anyway, that's just genetic natural selection, if you will. Very basic. And I think I've shown you everything. There's also an environment where I can change them and make them into the Arctic, which I think has to deal with long tails. So I think bunnies with long tails will survive better because they have more fur or something. I don't remember exactly what it is. But anyway, you can find lesson ideas on the actual website if you need them. So this is natural selection from FET.